All right, you're still watching Ways. Now, each year on July the 4th, the United States celebrates Independence Day. This federal holiday commemorates the adoption of the Declaration of Independence on July 4th, 1776, declaring independence from the Kingdom of Great Britain. For nearly 250 years, the country has been celebrating a day in history that inspires us still today. Now, on July 4th, communities host speeches and ceremonies across the nation, across the country. People crowd cities for parades and festivals. Cities decks and streets in red, white, and blue, bunting and flags. Right. So families and friends also gather for some of the most mouth-watering food, large picnics and barbecues. Local fairs provide a taste of culture and mom's home cooking too. Now, with so many coveraging on their hometowns, family and school reunions also happen during this festival or this holiday. So happy Independence Day, USA. Who are your family members there?
Oh, I have my brothers there. My twins.
Yeah.
They live in the U.S. and yeah, they'll be celebrating today.
4th of July.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, so let's move on to what we found in the news. Okay.
Are you going to go first?
Well, I can. Federal government would recruit no fewer than 1 million Nigerians for the conduct of the 2023 census to be undertaken by the National Population Commission. Now, the commissioner representing Ekiti at the N.P.C, Deji Ajayi, who made the disclosure, also assured that improved technology will be deployed to prevent politicians and interested elite from hijacking or manipulating the process. He said this at a press conference heralding the trial census to be conducted in Ekiti as a preparatory exercise built for next year. I said census is a massive operation that would engage 1 million personnel, and managing such a huge workforce manually will raise huge logistical and documentation challenges. So it is in recognition of this fact that N.P.C resolved that recruitment for 2023 elections will be done electronically, and this trial census will provide an opportunity to test the feasibility of e-recruitment. He listed that 9 towns across 9 local governments selected and delineated into enumerated areas of to ease the census, as Ado Ekiti, I think Ado, Emure, Oro, Ijero, Ikole, Iworoko, Isek, Iko, and Omo Ekiti. Well, bottom line is, this is the first time we'll be doing a paperless census. Everything will be digital to check corruption and bring about accurate data that can help national development. The government would also use such statistics to plan for our youth, student health needs of Nigerians. They will also know the number of genocrats who should be catered for. So this is good, but I'm just wondering why Ekiti only? Why we're not having it nationwide?
Yeah.
Why we're not having nationwide? Because we've always said that the biggest challenge we have in our country is that we don't even know our numbers. We don't know the true state of our population.
Yeah.
We just assume everybody's estimating that we are over
200.
Yeah, we're over 200 million people. But just by starting from that, knowing the numbers would help a lot of things. It will help in planning. It will help to understand the educational needs, the healthcare needs, right? Educational needs right from primary schools all the way to the tertiary institutions, so you don't have overcrowded schools and all of that. I mean, it's a no-brainer that if you really, for economic growth, if it's a no-brainer that if you really want to help the country, the first place to start, like now, I know I have 2 children to take care of. Everybody knows the number. You understand? You know your number, so you know how to plan. You know everything, what to expect. You know how many, you know how many bedrooms you would need in a home because of the number of children that you have. You know, all of those things.
Yeah, even for family planning, you can also monitor things.
Absolutely. So it's just, it's a no-brainer, and I'm just hoping that we would get, more, more of this across the nation. But it's a good thing, and we're hoping that we get good figures from this, not just
watered down.
Yeah. Go ahead, your story.
Okay, so This is news on Ukraine. Federal government facilitates students' admission into Nigerian schools. So the federal government has announced that it is making efforts to facilitate the replacement of Nigerian students who fled the war-torn Ukraine into tertiary institutions in the country to enable them continue their education. This is contained in a statement published on Monday on the website of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The statement, signed by the spokesperson for the ministry, Francisca Omaluyi, directed interested students to visit the ministry's website and complete the Nigerian students in Ukraine registration form with the required information on or before the 15th of July. So now the other news I'll be taking is on the ASUU strike. So it says that the Social Economic Rights Accountability Project and other educational rights groups such as the Reform Education Nigeria and Education Rights Campaign have knocked the regime of the President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, over the prolonged shutdown of academic activities in the nation's tertiary institutions. Now, the Punch reports that the strike declared by the Academic Staff Union of Universities entered its 140th day on Monday, that is today, while the strike declared by the Joint Action Committee of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities and the Non-Academic Staff Union of Education and other allied institutions, which began on the 25th of March 2022, also entered the 68th day today. So while the National Executive Council of Academic Staff Union of Polytechnic is currently meeting in Jigawa State after calling off a 2-week warning strike, the Colleges of Education Academic Staff Union just commenced a 2-month strike. So Oluwadare said that inequalities in education have a rolling effect, leading to even more and continued inequalities in the future. I just think that we have a serious...
On one hand, something is happening in Ukraine.
Serious problem. And now, you know, the funny thing is the government is telling these people coming from Ukraine to register into Nigerian universities. What a joke. In the first place, why did they flee Nigeria? They fled from the country because of the poor state of our education. You know, academic is on a low. And then they leave the country, go in search of better education. And now, because of this war, they're coming back, and the federal government is acting as if they're doing them a favor by telling them to register in Nigerian universities that have been on strike for 140 days. Are you kidding me?
Very interesting. You know, I was on a tweet space yesterday where they were talking about JAPA and how which school was this? Slovenia. One funny name of one school. They said all you need is about 2 million naira, including accommodation, every single thing, tuition, everything. You're already in school. The guy was giving people different means to JAPA.
But I don't know why they even have to go so far. Ghana next door. Really, Ghana has
let me bring in our guests, but we need to discuss this ASUU matter extensively. We'll take a break. When we come back from the break, we'll continue the conversation. Stay with us.